Coming to you from the Radio for One studios in Franklin, Michigan. Welcome to the Detroit Cast.
Big fan.
A show not just free of charge, but free of FCC regulations.
Thank you for your support of the Detroit Cast.
Oh, there it is.
And without further delay, it's showtime. Please welcome the Detroit Cast. Here are your hosts, Mike and Jay.
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to the Detroit Cast. Mike and Jay. Shalom, Biggie. Hello, Jay.
Hello.
How are you, my friend?
I'm well to quite well. How are you?
Well, I'm good, except
Good.
I don't like seeing you in a jacket. That's not right. Something's wrong with that.
Just a zip-up little...
I know.
Why do we always start the show with, like, what am I wearing? Have I shaved? I don't
Yeah,
know.
you did shave. I was going to mention that next. Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, no, I was going to congratulate you and E.
For?
We hit 1 million fucking views on that goddamn video.
Well done, gentlemen.
That's amazing.
Well done.
That's amazing. Dude, who would have
You
thought?
set a goal. You go out there and you set a goal.
Did we
you
really?
You post a video entitled "Kid Gets a Boner After Solving the Rubik's Cube," and you just cross your fingers and hope you
knew?
can get to 1 million.
We need more videos of kids getting boners. That's what we've got to find. You know what I mean? Because apparently that's what people want to click on.
Even despite their complaints about how they got drawn there, which
Sure.
continues to be a regular comment. Like, how did I get drawn? Well, not only did you get drawn here, but now you're commenting on how you got drawn here.
Yeah.
So,
Which means there's more activity of it, so you're probably going to get more of those videos. I want to say welcome to any new listeners. We got a shit ton of new subscribers.
Hey,
So-
new listeners.
Welcome to all you new listeners. There's probably a couple things you should know about the show before. You might hear some things like, that guy's a racist or that guy's a sexist. We don't need to name names. That guy's a pedophile. That guy's a misogynist. That guy's a xenophobe.
You're listening to him right now.
Well, like I said, we're not naming names. Fingers are pointed, but we're a team in here. So, I will say a couple of those accusations are completely false and unfounded, without grounds. And so,
Moreover, I'll note, as I did the other day, if you just want the podcast, you can go to various podcast apps and grab
Any
the
of
Detroit Cast instead of being anchored by, having to watch a video or stream a video over YouTube.
Sure. But I did want to say thank you to all those people that subscribed, and hopefully some of you have checked out the show and are enjoying it. We do not spend much time on kid boners and Rubik's Cubes. Occasionally, but not that often.
When they happen, when they're in the news, we'll cover them.
Yeah. So anyway, welcome to all of you. Jay, I'm sorry. Another rough day for Sparty in the news today.
What is going on at my alma mater?
Oh, your alma mater. At what point do you go, yeah, I went to Western. The meal plan was great. I just decided to go to Western. And
Of course, referring
and then
to
just skip to law school. Just say where you went to law school.
the professor who is now charged with bestiality of a basset hound named Flash.
Look at Flash. That's a Dukes reference,
That's a
isn't it?
Dukes callback,
Yeah.
man. Flash was Roscoe P. Coltrane's buddy. He'd sit shotgun with him in the sheriff's car and everything.
But Roscoe never banged Flash.
Not that we know of. They never showed that.
No, I never remember seeing that. Dude, he fisted.
A basset hound.
What'd you say? Poor Flash. I had to pull up a picture. I was like, look at that poops with the droopy eyes and the droopy flopsy ears. Poor guy. Yeah, Michigan State has known about this since April. When the first accusations were made, and so they suspended this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And all I could think was, boy, back in April, they were going through some shit. This must have been like one of those things like, oh, God, at some point,
We'll
the
get to this
fisting
one.
of the dog will come out.
Yeah.
Shit! Michigan State is such a great university. It's one of the funnest campuses to hang out on. It's the Red Cedar, Jay, the river.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's
You go on and on.
Yeah, you could go on and on, way more than I could. But
Apparently, there's a lot of diddling going on up there, and that's not cool.
How do you get there? Another crime, another sex crime. They can add it to the list of scandals. And like you said, this time bestiality. Boy, I did not expect to see MSU and bestiality in the same sentence. But it's a physicist named Joseph Hattey. Is it Hattey? Hattey? Hattey?
No idea.
No.
I never took a course with this professor.
You not a big physicist, were you?
No.
So he was charged yesterday with 2 counts of bestiality after he sodomized poor little Flash. And then the next sentence was like, oh, no, with his hand and panous What that dog must have been thinking. The Michigan Attorney General's office stated that Hattey does not appear to have committed the acts on campus or with an animal owned by the university.
Isn't there a witness directly there, too, however? Someone at his home saw him do this?
Someone did. I don't think he called on himself.
No, I don't think it's on video or anything. I think that's how usually these guys get caught.
Yeah.
Video
Dude,
it.
It would, yeah, you're right. They video it and they have it on their hard drive, and then their wife stumbles onto it and is like, oh my God, and turns them in. We've seen that 1,000 times. But not in defense of these guys or not like, but to me it's remarkable that you would get caught. You would think you could find a closed room in your house. You know, we talk about it when people are caught banging a goat or a horse. And it's like, dude, just go buy a cheap stable and a horse. What are you doing breaking into someone's barn? You're going to get caught eventually.
Speculating that if these allegations are true, that whoever was there and witnessed it, he probably thought was going to be into it. It's going to be okay with this.
Boy, that's a
person
big
probably
risk.
looked into those droopy little eyes of Flash and thought, I got to help Flash.
Yeah, Flash is worth more than this dick face.
He doesn't deserve that.
Boy, that's a ballsy call to go, you know what,
It's pretty trusting, right?
Dude, if I got to the point where I was like banging, you know, a dog around here or something, boy, well, I don't know what level of trust it would take before I'd go, Jay, I want to let you in a little secret, man. You might dig this. Or even E. I don't know that E would turn me in because he'd be worried about his own career. But
You'd have to have had some super affirmative statements by that other person that they are into this. Maybe
That's
some
a great
shit
point.
that's gone down in the past. Where
Right,
like,
yeah.
oh yeah, John will go for this.
maybe it's something where
John will be impressed
Some
by this
random statements about like, you know, these dog fuckers or these sheep fuckers, not that bad. You know, worse crimes out there, right? Am I right?
yeah, victimless crime. What are you gonna do? Everyone needs to get off, you know.
Right, statements like that.
You know, you know the cool part about you know, banging a dog is they're never gonna tattle on you. They're just not. So
What about statements like, you know, the dog would probably rather be raped than punched in the face? I mean, those statements like that, right?
right,
Statements like that.
yeah, yep. We've heard those statements before. E.
The peanut butter trick, you know, that whole thing.
Oh, that's probably where it starts. I bet it started with simple old
Is that a
peanut
total
butter trick.
wives'
It's a
tale?
gateway.
Is that like a
It's
total?
a total gateway. Yes.
But is that a total like not wives' tale? But are there people
Urban
who
legend.
really do that, or is it just kind of?
Of course
a,
there are,
well,
dude. We had a story yesterday about a guy who got a fucking eggplant stuck up his ass.
Oh,
You don't
okay.
think people would put peanut butter on their dick and let the dog go to town?
I guess you're probably
I'd be
right.
worried the dog would just bite. Like when I have to give, you know,
We talked about D-Mac's wife and her finger yesterday.
oh yeah.
You know,
Imagine if that was your dick
speaking of
tip.
Dogs biting, yeah, exactly, man.
Every time I have to give Babu a pill or something,
Bear, you mean?
Bear. You trick him with the peanut butter. You do the peanut butter trick, not on your dog, but just on your. You put some peanut butter on the pill, and when you put it up there, you have to like be ready to withdraw, like let it have it, but get out because they don't know like, oh, I'm just gonna lick this like an ice cream cone.
Right.
They just go, oh, cool, arr. And so I'd be worried about that. But anyway, the AG's office, you know, like I said it doesn't appear this happened on campus or anything. The dog has been removed from harm and is with the Ingham County Animal Control, who collaborated with the Sheriff's Department in investigating this alleged crime. What does that mean? I mean, are they doing like I'm
Yep,
trying to
that's
think.
a dog. That is, in fact, a dog.
Well, I got to tell you, that butthole is way wider than it should be. I would look further into this. Basset hounds do not typically have anuses that wide. Yeah.
That is not the typical plaintive wail of the basset hound. That is a painful scream.
Yeah. Animal Control Director John Dinnan said, bestiality in that part of Michigan, not very common, which is great news. I'm glad to hear that.
In that part of Michigan.
Yeah.
So what part of Michigan
there's
is
parts.
where?
There's parts.
Yeah. You start getting up into that UP, man. Woo, anything goes in the UP.
It's gotta be. It's gotta happen up there, man.
I
I'm
honestly,
convinced.
where would you think? Like, you wouldn't go like, Bad Axe. Yeah.
Bedek's not in the UP for one, but
And we've got great friends in the UP. You know, when you start getting into
Houghton.
Keweenaw, yeah, you know.
Houghton, Michigan.
Yeah, hell yeah. So
Copper Harbor.
I think Copper Harbor. You know, I think
Copper Harbor.
You're just pissed because you got thrown out of a bar in Copper Harbor. So don't start disparaging the Copper Harbonese. Okay?
maybe so. Maybe
Dude, there's
so.
a lot of mid-Michigan just, you know, open I don't
Yeah.
know, dude. I'd be guessing more.
That's a great point, dude. Drive up
Middle of the
I-75, but like after like west.
After the Jesus sign, that giant
after
Jesus sign. Once you get
after
north
Flint,
of that,
but before fucking like Gaylord and
The
shit.
Jesus sign is like a Dixie Highway.
I know,
Like,
dude.
no, way, dude. Holly's north of there. Like,
Past
like a way,
Flint,
bro.
but before like Gaylord and shit like that. that just area, that whole area there.
like where's the cutoff
They're up
though? Like
127. Past Ferris State. Oh yeah,
my
there's some
God.
shit up there.
Yeah.
Berrien County or whatever it is.
Yeah. Where's the cutoff?
You-
like
you-
the
like-
sand dunes? Would you say the sand dunes is a good cutoff spot?
I mean, you get up too far and you're into really rich people. So you
Yeah.
obviously.
Up in those areas where the gas stations sell tall boys just in like crates. Like, you know what I'm talking about? They will just have like almost like a milk, like where you put water for like a cow, and there's just fucking tall boys of Bud Light in there.
Water for a cow. A trough?
A trough, I guess.
This is a logical leap, gentlemen. Going from them putting tall boys in a trough to they're also banging dogs. This
Yeah.
is
Are we broad brushing?
we might be.
A little bit.
I'm
Like
super comfortable
like,
with this.
I'm not super comfortable going. If you've got a hand painted live bait sign out in front of your store, you could be banging an animal. Like I'm not comfortable going there either. You know
Dude,
what I mean?
Walt's crawlers are everywhere. They're right down the road. You can't judge an establishment based on their
That's what I was saying.
based on carrying live bait as into bestiality. You can't go there, man.
You know that rickety sign that someone just like ripped off an old barn and then painted with black paint, like live bait. When you're going up north, you see those every 10 feet.
I don't know. To me, there's just a difference
know?
though between every liquor store sells tall boys, but there's just a difference when the tall boys are just in a little.
It's pretty rustic.
In a
You're hung up on the
trough.
tall boys. What's with the?
Because that's freaking. Dude, that just, there's things to me that symbolize people that might do more weirder shit. And I think the dude that's going to go to the trough at the gas station and buy his bait and 2 tall boys might go fuck a dog. Like,
I would agree with you
can't
that
argue,
they're further down that road, but I still
Okay.
think it's too
That's
big
fine.
of a leap.
There are a shitload of like weekend warrior fishermen right now who just want to get out on the water, get away from the family, with a couple tall boys going, "What the fuck,
And
man?"
some Walt's crawlers.
I'm not a dog fucker. Why are you laughing at that?
I know, dude.
It's the most absurd thing I've ever
I
heard.
apologize.
All right. To all of them. Except
yeah,
the
if I've
actual
offended
dog
anybody,
fuckers.
right.
Fuck those guys.
He's on record.
Yeah. Let's see here. Hattey has been a health physicist at the university for more than 2 years, was a radiation safety technologist at the school for 4+ years. He also worked as the school's veterinary diagnostic laboratory.
go, baby.
That's-
That's a fox in the hen house right there.
Sure is.
And people are going to question way less a veterinarian thing, because most people, it's way more
There's
like,
reason to reach up a cow's ass, isn't there?
Right,
Every
exactly.
now and then.
Sometimes you prolapse them too. We've learned
As
that
discussed.
firsthand. Yeah. Working in the veterinary diagnostic laboratory, it just must have been eating them alive. By the way, that job, I didn't know what that meant to work in that vet, diagnostic laboratory. But their aim is to protect the public by ensuring the health of animals in the state of Michigan and around the nation.
Oh, man.
By investigating and studying animal and public health issues. Isn't that like a lot of people believe how AIDS got started? Was some guy fucking around with a monkey?
Yeah, I think it is directly traced to chimps, isn't it?
Yeah, either that or the government. I know the government was accused of
Yeah.
spreading AIDS in poor.
He's got
communities.
AIDS.
I didn't give him those AIDS.
And when he had those AIDS, I went to my synagogue and I prayed for him.
MSU was quick to say that, listen, Hattey did not work with students, patients, or animals in his most recent position. Was put on suspension when they were informed he was under investigation in April.
If not for the Nasser thing, and I'm not belittling the Nasser thing or trying to shove that under the rug, it's enormous, it's scandalous, it's awful. But if not for that, wouldn't this just kind of be a blip, funny story? Because it didn't happen. You know what I mean? It's
I don't know if funny story is the best way to put it, but yeah, you're right.
I mean,
It
it's
probably
not
would
funny
be-
for Flash,
Right,
But for the rest
right.
of us, it's kind of
Yeah. See, what are you doing banging a fucking dog, idiot? And he's a smart guy. He's a physicist.
Right.
Like,
Well, as
like
I
you're not
say-
talking about an idiot here. Some white trash redneck
Yeah.
hillbilly who's just like, well, fuck it. Make sure you put their hind legs in your boots so they
Can't
don't
kick
you.
I can't
So they
believe
can't kick you.
I've forgotten this story, but that's a real story,
Bob
right?
told
Is that the
Jay and I
deal?
that story. Where did he live? Where was he? He wasn't.
You don't
in
have to say that, but
I
I'm
don't
just.
know.
He
but
wasn't
it was
in
a
the
guy
state
you
though at
worked
the time, right? Wasn't he in like Kentucky or
No
whatever when he
idea.
was a kid?
But it was a guy you work with.
Yes.
or
Oh yeah.
something?
Oh fuck yeah.
Oh my god.
Yep. What do you think that charge is worth in Michigan? Like, if you get caught banging Flash,
It's pretty harsh, right? Isn't it like 15 years or
15 years.
Wow.
Charged for his crime against nature.
something? I would agree with that.
Yeah, dude. I always thought that those animal crimes were. I was always shocked at how small the penalty was. It was like they don't consider them humans, so it's like, whatever, you know. So I was kind of surprised to see 15 years.
Yeah, you want a pretty tough obstacle for people. You know, you don't want it all. People, you want a deterrent, right? You want a pretty strong deterrent to this sort of thing.
Yeah,
In order
but
to have a civilized society.
Well, plus, I think that if you don't, things go on down the line. So now you start banging these animals, and now it's
Moreover,
like,
isn't it like really hard to sympathize with anybody who would go there?
Oh.
So throw 15 years at them. Fuck them.
throw 50 years at him.
Right.
Who cares? But I'm sort of with you. But I think if the deterrent was 1 year, 15 years, or 50 years, a guy that's willing to fuck a dog and fist a dog is going to do it anyway. Like, he's just not thinking about
But as a society, don't we need to send the message? Like,
I love that idea.
If you're going to have the law in the books, you need something that will deter.
Yeah.
Or at least will have that,
Yeah.
the notion that it's a deterrent.
Yeah, that we take it seriously. And you're going to...
So if it's 1 year, if it's 6 months, you're going, come on, really? I mean, you're going to let a guy fuck a dog? That poor little Flash, he's such a cute little proof. Yeah, he sure You're going to let that happen and give the guy 6 months? No. 15 years, sir.
I totally agree with that because I don't want that guy back on the streets in 6 months.
It's so deviant.
Dude,
If you're willing to go there, you are fucking nuts.
And is it possible that's a wiring thing? Like, that's what they say with pedophiles. Like, if you're attracted to that, if that's what you find attractive as an 8-year-old, like, that's just how you're wired. And so is it possible that he's just wired to be attracted to Flash? I don't know. Maybe it's something where
I'm no neuroscientist, Mike, but
Yeah.
I think there's some evil involved here.
Yeah. And my guess is Flash is not the first victim. You know, I don't think we're going to have a parade of victims coming out, but I'm just guessing.
Hey, you have an annual physical to make sure you're healthy each year, don't you?
I do.
Annual each year, kind of redundant. What do you do each year to make sure that you remain financially fit?
I call Merc.
There you go. Our friend Mark Leibovitz at LPL Financial specializes in thoughtful and objective investment guidance designed to keep your finances in shape. Call Mark today, 248-626-2000. Ask for Mark.
securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC.
Oh, man, was I devastated yesterday, Jay. The man who caught probably the greatest, made the greatest play in the history of the NFL. Obviously, the catch, referring to Dwight
What a
Clark.
pedestrian play that was.
Such an asshole.
It really was. I
It's
understand the circumstances. It was a big game. You love the team and all.
Right.
But it didn't even end the game, as you noted when we talked
Should have
about
never
this.
told you
I
that.
know. I would have been like, wow, that ended the game. That's pretty cool. But, dude, we've seen that play and hundreds more, I don't know, for tens of seasons since then.
I don't know if that's true. I mean, it is the catch. But, yeah, Dwight Clark, I'll be honest with you, man, I didn't even know he had ALS.
Yeah,
Lou
I've
Gehrig's
not really
disease.
kept up with Dwight Clark, so
I don't blame you for that.
I wasn't aware either.
I started listening to an interview that one of the Bay Area main sports writers for the 49ers started doing with him. This goes back a few months, and I was like, ooh, shit. Boy, it's been a while since I heard Dwight talk because it was obvious that something was wrong. It was the last interview we did with him, but 61 years old, and it was just announced that he had Lou Gehrig's disease a couple of years ago when he came out with that. And then his wife, Kelly, tweeted from his account.
I just think we did get it a few years ago, you said?
Yeah, it
couple-
usually lasts a
No,
couple
but
or 3
that's
years.
I
that's
thought
right around
it
when Jay
lasted
started.
longer than that.
That's right around Jay started bashing his catch. Like about 2 years ago. is
When
when
I
Jay
gave him ALS.
Is it possible that
saying.
shit talk can lead to ALS? Because if he heard that,
I mean, what if he got news out of the podcast out of
Yeah,
Detroit is
yeah.
talking about how his catch was worthless?
Send him spiraling.
the first time since 1981 when he made the catch, someone's calling it not the greatest catch ever. What?
Not even close.
And his wife-
Pedestrian at best.
His wife Kelly tweeted out, "Yeah, he just had this talk show on a loop, and all he could do was replay it, and then he
Destroyed him. Destroyed
I
him.
mean, he started losing weight, and then he couldn't
Muscle
even,
function.
is gone, and next thing you know, he's got ALS, and all we can do is, You know, if you're familiar with the Detroit cast, yeah, there's a man on there that really brought this on for Dwight. So, yeah. Anyway, died at his home in Whitefish, Montana. He recently, I guess, left the Bay Area, as a lot of people are doing.
I watched the catch again yesterday,
It's great,
as a lot of people did in the wake of this untimely death. And I was struck this time at how really he didn't jump that high, man. You know, while he is outstretched, and while his upper body is stretched to the limit, he probably jumped about 6 inches.
He jumped as high as he needed to jump.
So
I mean, the
unremarkable.
timing.
So unremarkable.
You know what? This is. You have been on NFL sidelines, and so you know the difference of like how fast and how high these guys jump and the power standing on the sideline versus being in the stands or watching on camera.
What does this matter where you're going with this? I mean, we've all seen the catch a million times, and we've seen
I
a
haven't
million
seen it in a while.
catches
Either you
since
haven't?
then that are way better.
You're talking about the helmet catch and the one-handed.
Antonio Brown,
Yeah.
pick 'em.
Yeah.
Calvin Johnson, pick 'em.
You'll notice no gloves here, no stick 'em, anything like that. None of that nonsense. It's just gorgeous.
Doesn't even end the game.
3 minutes
It's
of space.
oversized.
Here we go. Here we go. Look at that son of a
Dude,
bitch.
he literally jumped 6 inches.
Man, I just
Watch him. Watch him jump 6 inches.
he caught
So
that over
unremarkable.
behind his
It's-
head.
It's not even like gunned in there. It's just lofted up. Like
It needed to
any
be
one of
lofted
us.
up there.
E,
That's where it
I'm
needed.
even giving you this. E, you could have caught that.
I don't.
Get the fuck out of here.
He could have
Stop.
caught that.
That's
All
insulting.
right,
E,
That is
don't
I'm
so
about to
yourself.
mute your microphone, sir.
E, stretch out and catch a ball that's easily lofted to you.
That is very
you're being asked
insulting
to
to
do.
a man. To the dead, by the way.
Do you think that play was the ball being thrown away like all the Dallas Cowboys do? Montana was throwing that ball away.
No,
Yeah, okay.
never thought that.
Yeah, the Cowboys are on record. Like, I've seen video of them. Tony Dorsett, Charlie Waters, all those guys.
With their oversized shoulder pads.
Oh, yeah, I know.
It's
How do you
brutal, isn't it?
Run with that, yeah. But all those guys, like, yeah, absolutely, 100%. He was throwing that ball away. Blah 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 blah. You know what the remarkable thing about Dwight Clark is, besides the amazing catch, greatest catch in the history of the NFL, probably some would say, is that he was a really subpar football player at Clemson as a kid in like 1978, 79.
Yeah.
Do you know the story of how he got to the NFL? Because he had no business being in the NFL.
No.
He could hardly jump. Wasn't very fast. But he's at Clemson, and that's where the quarterback, Steve, they were the coach of the Niners at the time, Bill Walsh, was interested in Steve Walsh, the quarterback for Clemson.
Okay.
And so he calls the dorm room or apartment where Steve Walsh is, and Steve's not there. And Dwight Clark happens to be his roommate, this receiver, unknown receiver, who's got his golf bag over his shoulders, getting ready to walk out the door, and the phone rings. He's like, oh, fuck. Answer the phone. All right, I'll answer it. And it's Bill Walsh. He's like, yeah, is, Steve there? I want to come out and watch him throw some passes and stuff. And Dwight's like, well, I'm his roommate. I'm a receiver here. And he's not here right now, but, yeah. He's like, hey, when I come out there, you're a receiver. Would you mind at least just flagging down some passes for him out on the practice field so I can see this guy's arm? And Dwight's like, yeah, sure, I guess. And Dwight Clark's like, I just had the greatest practice. I caught every fucking thing that was thrown to me. And Bill Walsh is like,
Especially ones that were lofted high. In the
really
air,
high
just-
in the air.
Just
Yeah,
loft.
yeah, no gloves, no nothing. And so the 49ers draft.
Hold on, before you finish the story, E, would you please YouTube Santonio Holmes
All
game-winning
right.
touchdown Super Bowl 43? But go
What
on,
was
Mike.
it? Santonio Holmes.
Santonio Holmes game-winning touchdown.
How about Ray Caruth?
Super Bowl 43. Go ahead, Mike. Sorry.
Sorry.
I didn't mean to interrupt.
Sorry.
While we're talking about catches.
I think it's a great story, though. You know what I mean? To
Yeah,
be like,
it's pretty cool.
Like, and he's like, so Bill Walsh is like, hey, you look pretty good out there, kid. Do you have any film of you catching passes? He caught 33 passes his entire career in college.
Oh my God.
And Bill's like, okay, do you have any film where you caught 2 passes in one game? And he's like, as a matter of fact, against North Carolina last year, I caught 2 passes. And he's like, I need that tape. I want to see it. And they were pretty good catches, not jumping, but hit right away, that type of thing over the middle, get hit right away and hang on to it. And so the 49ers...
Hold on one second. Hold that thought. E, also YouTube Julio Jones unreal sideline catch. Go ahead, Mike. Sorry.
Do you want to watch the first one?
Yeah, go ahead.
The chase?
Left. Washington outside left. Roethlisberger Has time. Throws to the back of the end zone, and it is
Yeah.
by Holmes.
Not bad, huh? Also, helmet catch, Patriots versus Giants.
We've all done the toe tap thing.
Yeah.
You know, the toe tap at the silent.
Helmet catch.
That's pretty incredible.
Patriots
Yeah,
v
that's a sweet
Giants. Do that one.
Yeah. That was in the Super Bowl too, not it.
Edelman catch,
Championship game.
Super Bowl. That's a decent one, I think. Yeah, go on. Sorry.
So I forgot
Sorry,
where
sorry,
I was. Should I start over?
You were talking about some guy.
Some no name. So anyway, Bill Walsh says I'm
guy who
drafting
made some
this
catch.
guy, and the 49ers management and ownership is like, dude, you can get this guy from a scrap heap a month from now.
Nobody even knows about him.
Nobody fucking knows about Dwight Clark. And he's like, fuck you. I'm drafting him anyways. Drafted him in the 10th round.
That is a black mark on Bill Walsh.
I
right
kind of
there.
agree.
That's a stupid fucking move.
10th round. Who's making a team from the 10th round?
Dude, I don't know.
Yeah.
Go. Pick another thing out of the haystack. I don't know.
Yeah. Tom Brady in the 6th.
There you go.
Yeah.
You're the only one who knows about this guy. Get him like your advisor said after the draft.
Yeah.
But instead, Bill Walsh, being the idiot he is. Are we ready with another catch?
Sorry.
Okay, that's all right.
It's all right.
Honestly, you could watch. I know all
There
the
are
ones you're
hundreds,
talking about.
right? Hundreds
I
that we
get
could
it.
watch.
I get it.
I thought this was funny too. When he first starts, he's making $15,000 a year. 1979 in the NFL, 15 grand a year. And there's some dude who's like, "Hey man, I want you to live in one of my housing things, one of my lofts. So I'm going to pay you another 15 grand a year on top of your salary to live here." And gave him this
What? Just
place
because he needed someone to
because they just won the Super Bowl and Dwight was a big fucking popular name in San Francisco all of a sudden. And so he's like, dude, the guy gives me this place at 101 Lombard Street, and you'll know Lombard Street is the curviest road in the world or whatever. You know
Right.
that. He didn't live there. It was a few blocks north of that part of it. But I'm like, 15 grand a year. It's just not that long ago.
Yeah, that does seem that if you would have said that like in the 60s or something, like
Yeah.
okay, but 79, shit.
Yeah. And so he's like, oh, it's great. 82 season comes.
Oh, wait.
and-
Well, let me stop you there. Can you bring up Odell Beckham Jr. one-handed catch against the Cowboys? Go ahead. Sorry.
He practiced that for years. but
Sorry.
whatever.
Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah. So, anyways, he's like, yeah, 82 season starts. We played 2 games, and then they went into a players' strike. And he's like, greatest 57 days of my life ever. I got money all of a sudden. I got this 3-story loft. There's chicks everywhere. It was like, fuck, I got to go back and play football again.
It's funny.
Yeah. So, anyway, rest in peace. 61, too young to go, man.
Goodbye, sweet prince.
Oh, man, yeah. I was watching some of the guys, talk about him because I guess a lot of the players were coming around the last couple weeks and visiting with him and stuff. And I haven't seen Dan Buns' name in years, and Dan Buns is just sobbing. You would know the stop, right? You know the catch, obviously. You know the stop in the Super Bowl.
Stop. Yeah. Oh, just run this real quickie. Let's see here. Odell Beckham. Oh, this is against the Cowboys.
Oh,
too.
yeah. See those gloves with stick 'em on them?
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, those
Yeah,
are.
that honestly, I'm not saying that's not amazing, but the stickum does make a difference. Those things are crazy.
Yeah,
those gloves, dude.
They're insane. They should be illegal.
I don't even know how they drop balls. Sometimes you said that before. Sometimes I don't even know
Yeah.
how they drop balls now. Like,
Did you bing Dan Buns?
No, I
He
haven't.
probably made one play in his whole career. It was in that Super Bowl in Pontiac, and there was
16 versus the Bengals.
yes, and there was a famous goal line stand. Went for it on 4th down.
Ken
the Bengals.
Anderson.
Ken
behind him.
Anderson.
Yeah.
Who was it? Forrest Gregg was the coach. He had that twitch
Yep.
in his face, and I used to do that. My dad would get mad at me, like, "Don't make fun of him," and I'd be like, "Ah, he's got this weird twitch." But there was a little out. One of those running back breaks right, and the quarterback throws, and it's like walk into the end zone. As soon as he catches it, Dan Buns fucking boom!
Is that right?
Lights him up at the 6-inch line and drops him. Yeah.
Nice.
And so it's known as the
Did that
stop.
Did that decide the game? Did they win handily? I think they won. By
No, they
20 or
no.
something.
The Bengals made a comeback. That definitely, because I think it was like
The
26 to
Ken
21.
Anderson, Chris Collinsworth led Bengals.
Yes, Collinsworth, that stupid face mask. Hated his face mask
Tool.
back then.
Absolute tool then, absolute tool now.
Yeah. You know what's funny? I tweeted about this yesterday, but when I was a little kid, my house in Livonia, we had this gross like yellow carpet and this little, you always had a coffee table.
Sure.
In the
With
living
some
room.
nuts
Standard.
on it. You had
Now-
a nut bowl and a cracker.
You guys were a big nut family, the
Yeah.
nutcracker thing. I'll always remember that about your house. No, we were not like that. But what I remember is being a little kid and like me and my brother and sister would all lay under the table kind of like this, would just lay under it, watch TV.
Oh, okay.
And my parents would sit on the couch. and I remember watching
You
that
little
game.
poops.
Yep, all of us little poops. I'm the oldest poops. I remember sitting there watching that game on some shit TV, probably sweet at the time, but sucked balls. And when that play happened, I've never in my life seen my dad more
He loses
excited.
shit.
Like, dude, he turned into a child.
Bob high stepping
Like,
it and stuff. What did he do? Did he spike something?
He might have been like he fuck your homework, kids. Yeah, we're having pizza for dinner. Like it was on. The party was on, and he might have been dancing around the living room at one point. It was just like his whole life. His dad had season tickets for this team, and he would go to Kezar Stadium and watch him blow a 40-point lead and a half. You know, and so for this against the fucking Cowboys of all teams, you know, so excited. I'll never forget that moment of just like the joy in that. I'm like, he wasn't that happy or excited at my sister's wedding. He wasn't that happy or excited at my brother's wedding. I've literally never seen my dad more excited than when the catch happened. And I can only imagine he probably almost had a heart attack with 50 seconds left when Danny White threw a pass over the middle and got horse collared because I can't remember who it was. Drew Pearson or something was gone. Oh, would have broke he would have dropped right there on the spot, Jay, I'm telling you.
Yeah, the catch didn't even end the game. Amazing.
Yeah. Well, yeah. 50 seconds left, but yeah. Well taken. Did you see the Eagles? So we're supposed to be making their run to the White House today to celebrate their big.
And
big
even that
victory.
becomes political, of course.
I guess like 10 guys were going to show up. What's on a roster? 53-man roster?
Sure.
10 of them are going to show up. I don't blame Trump for going, fuck it. I don't need you. You know, but
Yeah, but he made it about the kneeling.
Well, isn't that what it's about? I mean, basically, the players were, although no Philadelphia Eagle
That's
knelt,
the thing, man.
but they did the fist. Like 73 of them did the fist at different times during the season.
So how does Trump then put this in the context of, I don't want you kneelers here, this and that, you know, you're disrespecting the anthem, you should stand and pay tribute. Dude, it is what it is. It's him, it's his ego, and him going, 10 people are coming, this is going to look bad, I'm canceling.
Yeah.
I'm going to win this one.
Yeah.
It's going to be bigly.
He's still having a party for like the 1,000 fans that were supposed to be there. And so he's got like the Marine Corps band and another military band.
Dude, is there a
playing.
better position in the military than to be in the Marine Corps band? You
Right?
know?
Let's see. I know there are some out there, dude.
I
Like,
mean, I obviously, you know, you like to, you know, launch some shit. But,
yeah, push
you know,
button.
No, but you're talking about more
I
like
to,
the.
you know, pull some triggers. But
safe. You're talking about
you're talking
safety.
about safety.
You want
Yeah.
to serve and
You
not
wanna
run the
serve-
risk.
That's it.
Yeah. No. Be good at the trumpet. Join the Corps.
Maybe the guy at Air Force or the rotorcraft as the president's boarding and they stand there and they salute. Maybe that guy, Marine One.
Yeah, that's a pretty tits job.
that's a
probably
tits
hard
job.
to get though.
Yeah.
I would think to be because there's only one or two of them that stand and salute, right?
Well, same with the band though, right? I mean, you gotta be a damn good trumpet player.
But do you have to go through all the other Marine Corps stuff? Because like
I
if
think so. I think they're Marines, man.
Yeah, Marines. So they don't risk.
Can
putting,
you
like
imagine
a
what
chair
what
one?
dire straits we would have to be in to put first chair trumpet out in the battlefield?
Not a chance.
You
Can't
know?
happen.
I mean, maybe for the bugle playing, but let's move it to trombone. First chair trombone.
yeah.
He's going out in the field.
Yeah.
We're fucked.
Yeah.
At that point,
Bill, put the trombone down. We need you,
we're fucked at that.
dude.
point.
I don't think anyone in charge would let that happen. You just can't.
No,
You know what I mean? There's just
it's a beautiful band.
and first chair. You're talking first
First
chair?
chair.
I mean, third chair maybe. I mean, if desperation really hits, but
So those
first
guys
chair?
are playing for the 1,000 fans, though, huh?
Yeah, I guess they are.
Good
There's a
for
couple of
good
them.
for them.
And we will stand. That's going to be at 3:00, and we will stand and put our hand over our heart and blah blah blah, all that kind of stuff. So you know, the Eagles ownership and shit is going after him and
Yeah.
posting pictures of well, here's our rally, here's your inauguration. You know, showing that we had more people. It's like, yeah, you haven't won a Super Bowl since, you know, have they ever won a
Why
Super
is
Bowl?
the
Eagles?
president involved in this shit? My God.
Eagles safety Malcolm Jenkins is among the outspoken players, and he vowed to carry on the cause. I will not let it silence me or stop me from fighting. This has never been about taking a knee, raising a fist, or anyone's patriotism, but doing what we can do to affect real change for real people. Are you?
I find it nutty that the White House the administration spends time at all on any sporting event, having people in for that. Like, to me, that's like, oh my God, they're like taking time out of busy days to do this with NFL
Hand over the
team.
jersey and here's
Let alone to now be embroiled in this big fucking fight. It's so stupid, man.
Well,
And I know that was part of who we all knew Trump was when he got elected.
Yeah.
We would start to see all this shit as he drills down to minutia, attacking Rosie O'Donnell and so forth. It's just so tiring, man.
It's exhausting.
So tiring.
You're right, it is. You would think and hope.
Everything's politicized. Fucking so tired
Right.
of it.
Yeah, I know. So am I. You would think, though, at some point, just as we've grown up, and that's what people tend to do, you would think that grown-ups would appear at some point and somebody would be able to take a high road just once and go, I'm not addressing that. I'm not getting into that. Because it sucks. Some of the things you hear coming out of NFL locker rooms and why this is a problem that goes beyond, should I take a knee, should I not, there's divisions in locker rooms. And guys start going, fuck, man, I want to support my teammate, but I really love my country. I don't want to go out there and take a fucking knee or not go out there. And now half my team's pissed at me because I'm not standing with them. And
I could care less about the minutia of feelings in a locker room. I'm just speaking more broadly, going, why are politics in sports the way they are? It's because they're in everything, and that's just so tiring to me. It's so ridiculous and pointless.
Well, it's why they're going to lose if they continue it, because the country doesn't support them. The country wants to see you sink your basketball. They want to see you make brilliant plays like the catch, things like that. They don't give a shit about the politics. Fast forward through that garbage. Did you see we're losing the Miss America pageant? I think they canceled it.
Might as well, right? Getting rid of the swimsuit contest,
losing all those jobs.
And there's a new there's a new focus. They're not judging beauty, like physical beauty anymore.
Right.
So anybody can join this thing.
So who's gonna win
Dude,
then?
I literally put that down in my notes. Bring in fat chicks then.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's truly not about what
Some
someone
beautiful
looks like,
fat people that I know, just as people, beautiful,
yeah,
lovely people.
I'll enter.
No, so wait a minute. Are they just letting everyone in? Or are they getting rid of it, Mike? Because my question is, if they get rid of it,
Got to win the regional.
How is world peace?
Got to win the regional.
Well, how is
right?
world
Don't these
peace going to
things-
get solved?
Yeah, that's
if we
true.
take away Miss America, how are we ever going to feed the hungry and hear world peace?
How are we going to generate those ideas? Is your point during the Q&A?
Right.
That's important. That's important. But maybe we get some real intellectuals in there.
Yeah.
When we're not worried about how they look, but actually get women in there with some ideas. This will be interesting.
This is huge. It's a real breakthrough. No, I'm trying
Gretchen
to think.
Carlson's behind it.
I fucking, of course.
Fox News
all right,
chick.
Gretchen, go away. You got millions in your dumb lawsuit from Fox News. Can you go away? Now you're putting clothes on Miss America pageant contestants, but it was okay for you to wear a bikini when you won in '89. Now you're stealing that from us. Because I was trying to think back, like we've had plenty of conversations about Miss America pageants, Miss Universe pageants.
Hilarious.
They're usually about the Q&A session at the end or something along the lines of, hey, man, did you see Miss Kentucky's titties bouncing when she came
Right,
walking out in that
right.
bathing suit? Fuck, that was hot. Wow. Did you see the ass on Miss California? Damn.
Yeah. So
You know-
they've essentially, to your point, canceled Miss America.
Yeah.
They have done that
Yeah.
by issuing these new rules.
Miss America is just scrapping the swimsuit portion, E.
Okay.
So I don't know the need for anybody to tune in.
Some lovely evening gowns.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Sure.
And the talent.
Honestly,
talent
then what are you
competition.
watching? I
Q&A,
don't understand.
Q&A.
Okay. Yeah.
Gretchen went on to say, we are no longer a pageant. Well, no shit. We're a competition.
Of what and for what then?
Just
Well,
listen to
okay,
the story.
sorry.
Calm down, man.
Settle down. Settle down.
Settle down, poops.
You can see chicks in bikinis like galore on the internet. They're there.
Bing it, Bing it.
You can even get them to remove their bikinis.
I'll direct you to one. Bing. Girls in bikini. Yeah. Oh my gosh. It
Are there a
pulls-
few?
Pulls right up.
Couple hundred
Wow,
pictures.
here we go.
Go ahead and image that.
There you go.
Yeah.
See,
There's the pageant.
Yep.
there's our new pageant. I am excited about this, guys, and I think you're going to be fired up about this too. In place of the swimsuit portion, Miss America contestants will now take part in a live interactive session with the judges.
Some more Q&A. Fuck yes.
Is that what that means? Live sessions? That could mean anything. Sex sessions, trombone playing sessions. You think it's more Q&A?
God,
Gotta be.
Because they've already got Q&A. They can't.
So they're having Q&A plus these live sessions with the judges?
Maybe it's just a round table or something. Maybe they haven't totally hashed it out, but it's a session.
Okay.
Some intellectual session.
What network is this going to be on?
You know what? I think it does say. And ABC. ABC in September.
Can't wait to see those ratings.
People will check it out just to see the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be like Roseanne.
Yeah.
You
That's a
know,
good
oh,
point.
wow, they've been gone for 25 years. Let's check it out. Wow, they're not going to have bouncing titties. Let's check it out.
But how do you make it to the final pageant, contest? Aren't there regionals, or what? Every state has its own.
Yeah, you're right, because there's
Yeah.
a Miss Michigan and a Miss,
Yeah.
all the states, right?
How do you get involved in that? Like, what do you?
Are those going to have bikini competitions?
So if Sweet Pie came to you and went, I want to try out for Miss Michigan, you would have no idea where to go.
Fuck.
Like, I wouldn't.
Dang,
I mean, is it going to
Miss
be like if you
Michigan.
win the spelling bee, now you're...
Right, you move on.
Yeah,
You-
I don't
you're-
know. I don't know anyone that's been in one of those competitions. I don't think.
I remember we had a listener who was like a Mrs. Michigan. Remember that?
Yes.
Yes.
And we were like, oh, wait, you're
why
Mrs.
Why are you saying Mrs. instead? It's Miss Michigan. He's
But
like,
I
"No,
think
no, no."
I think we had bikini shots of her.
Probably. And
Yeah.
if not, send some along.
Yeah.
Like to get involved with that.
Yeah,
because-
so there has to be a trickle down. They've got to get rid of swimsuits at the regional
Right.
level, I would think.
Yeah, that's a great question because my thought was, doesn't Miss America then automatically go to Miss Universe?
I don't know that they're affiliate. I'm not sure.
Because if they are, she's back in a bikini.
Yeah, no, I think there's some disconnect. I think Universe is its own thing. Like, I could
Really?
be wrong. I
So
could
if,
be wrong.
wow, so if you win Miss USA, that's it. You don't go to the Universe. That's how I thought it worked, but I could be wrong.
Well, isn't there a Miss USA that goes to Universe, but this is Miss America?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
end at Miss
Yeah,
America.
yeah, that's a
We're
good
doing the
point.
Miss versus Mrs. thing here.
Well,
Getting
USA
confused.
versus America.
Yeah. The contestants from all 50 states, including D.C., will be asked to demonstrate their. So here's what we're really looking for out of these ladies, right? Put your fucking clothes back on. Here's what we need to know. We're going to ask you to demonstrate your passion. Okay? Interested in your passion?
Don't trade your passion for glory.
No. Your intelligence. Take the bathing suit off. We're looking for your passion, intelligence, and overall understanding of the job of Miss America.
Boy, there's going to have to be some Bing searches there, like going
Yeah.
to preparation for that, because fuck.
I think you get like a
The
little bit of
overall
money.
job.
I think they give you an apartment for a
You're
year.
an ambassador to something, like you. Oh,
Yeah.
I go to schools and I talk about bullying. Or
Yeah,
something.
exactly.
You're sort of like
I think
a
you have
first
a
lady.
cause.
You're like a first lady.
Totally. I think they give you like an apartment for a year, a car for a year or two. They give you a lease, and then
Be
you.
best, Mike. Be best.
What's that?
Be best.
Yeah.
That's the first lady's anti-bullying campaign.
Is it be best?
Be best.
That sucks.
Dude, Miss Universe is kind of weird. It looks like it's open to ages 18 to 55, married
Oh,
women
I so want a 55-year-old Miss
around
Universe.
it says it's open to married women around the world, nations and continents.
And is that Trump's? Is that he owns Universe?
I don't think he owns it
No,
anymore.
it doesn't look like the organizer of Miss Universe LDT, also organized by the Miss Europe, Gramada
Boy,
University.
this is just a
and-
web of pageantry.
Yeah,
it's only been
too
since
much
2007, dude. Actually,
Can you do me a favor, E, really quick? Bing, what do you win? What are the prizes for winning Miss America? Because I don't want to get that wrong. Because there's so many of these damn pageants, like you guys are saying. But I thought they spend a tremendous amount of time touring the country with whatever their cause is. So it could be an animal rescue thing. It could be anti-bullying. It could be whatever. But those girls do end up having to travel a shitload. And
Trump owned Miss Universe as well as Miss Teen USA until 2015.
Miss Teen USA.
Wasn't he accused of going in the locker room?
Yes.
At Miss Teen USA.
How much money do you win if you win Miss America?
I'm interested in overall prizes because
$50,000 in scholarship money, which can also be used to repay scholarship loans. Last year,
they're making me go to school now.
yeah.
Shit.
Let me look at
You
more.
can keep
stuff
that
here.
one. I don't want that one. Can I pass it on to someone else?
I don't know, Mike. Let me look at.
She gets a six-figure salary and expenses during her reign.
She's not allowed to get fat though. Well, she wasn't allowed. Now she probably can.
Yeah.
It'll be encouraged.
So the only thing I'm interested in though is if they really mean this, that we're not judging you on physical appearance. It's about passion, intelligence.
Then there better be some ugly chicks in
Dude,
there.
you better have some just great people.
Fat and or ugly.
And
we want them included.
You don't have to be a size 0 to be a great, great person. And if there's a girl out there that's super fat and she's got awesome passion, she's intelligent, I fucking want her there. You know what I mean? Prove it to me.
Mm-hmm.
Standing by that.
These
That's
are
what I'm
the-
voting for.
How do you become a contestant to Miss? Must be for Miss America. Must be aged between 17 and 25. Be a U.S. citizen. Must meet residency requirements for competing in a certain city or state. Meet character criteria for the set forth by the Miss America
Oh,
organization.
boy. He's checked all the boxes
Be in
so far.
be in reasonably good health to meet the job requirements.
Mike's out. He's still in.
And be able to meet the time commitment and job responsibilities set forth by the local, state, and
He
national
is in.
competition.
He's in.
You are in. Although
Identify as a
there
woman.
was something
so.
about character in there. They didn't say what the
Oh,
character
shit.
issues were.
Stated
But,
generally.
dude, he shit on my driveway.
And generally speaking, he's of decent character.
Can't believe you.
Has he engaged
I have
in
any
some
crime.
very questionable actions?
I don't
Of
have any
course.
crimes,
He
though. I've
lit
never
his
been.
balls on fire. I mean, if that doesn't show your character,
I just like entertaining people, Mike. I like to make people laugh.
okay, all right. It's going to be 2018 Miss America competition, Atlantic City's Boardwalk Hall, September 10th. Oh no, that's from 2007. Never mind.
That's
Scrap that.
intensely interesting. It'll be
This story,
wild to see that.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Because you have to do something. You either have to get rid of them, or you have to try to somewhat square them with what society is now saying in terms of women and ought to be saying in terms of equal rights and so forth. How do you at the same time play both sides of this? And you
don't.
can't anymore.
No, this is going to be an utter disaster.
Yeah, it's going to go by.
It is. Because the truth is, you and I have been calling for, okay, is it time to end these dumb pageants yet? Because all it is, putting hot chicks in tight clothes and having them traipse across the stage for guys
Parading
to go,
bimbos across the stage.
and then, maybe we get lucky and you embarrass them with a question like,
It's an absolute
whatever.
joke. Everybody's just pretending
Yeah.
that they're taking other considerations in. It's like, who's the hottest?
And they're not. It's simply a fucking who's the hottest chick on stage competition. And so it would make sense if they went, you know what? The times have changed with the Me Too movement. We don't want to sexualize women anymore. And so we think it's just time to end this. And I would go, good. Yeah, fine. Whatever.
Yeah, but the problem is that's a corporation, right? So they're out to make money, and they gotta tweak it before they.
Yeah, but nobody cares about like fully clothed
we'll
women
see.
talking
We'll see.
about how smart they are.
Yeah,
Like,
they're,
dude,
they're trying. They're trying.
what's your passion? I don't even know what I would answer. Like my passion. I don't know, dude. To me, it sounds like a disaster. And you're probably right. Year one will probably go okay because just curiosity. But after that, you're going to see a lot of people fall off. A lot of people fall off.
Well, because it just seems like, let's say it does meld into this. We're looking for women with passion and who can explain themselves in coherent terms and talk about their goals and their this and that and be impressive and not just be beautiful. I mean, that's so patronizing. Like what?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like at
Of course
bottom,
it is.
you look at that and you go, what are we even doing now?
Yeah.
Okay, now we're no longer sexualizing them, but why are we patronizing these women? Like,
Isn't that
like go out
hilarious?
in the workforce and prove to everybody how
Yeah.
great you are through market forces.
Climb a ladder, be the next CEO,
Yeah.
be the next Sandberg at Facebook or whatever, and great.
Instead, you have a contest where you judge how passionate and
Stand there
how
on the stage
impressive.
with a microphone,
Yeah.
fully
It's
dressed,
called a
head to
job
toe.
interview. I mean,
Yeah.
go get a job and climb the ladder.
That's what the contest has become. It's just a job interview.
Dude, that is such a great point. It's like, look, even these girls can be
Look at
that.
that.
too.
Yeah.
Huh?
Girls are smart.
Let's
huh?
ask her some questions, folks. See how smart she is.
Patronizing as fuck.
It is. It is. That's funny. I'll be watching, though. At least year one.
Yeah, for sure.
Have you ever thought about what you would write in a, you got to write that when someone in the family dies?
Obituary.
Obituary. That's what I was looking for. Have you ever thought about, like, your mom and dad, like, taking a shot at one of them?
No, but I saw a couple kids did that. Yeah, to their birth mom.
Yeah, Kathleen Demlow.
It's tough.
Yeah, it's harsh, but it's funny as fuck. So she's from Minnesota. She dies at the age of 80. She will not be missed by her family,
No, she will not.
who let the public know about it in a biting obituary.
How old was she? Just 80?
80,
pretty
yeah.
young. Huh.
Kathleen passed away Thursday in Springfield, Minnesota, and her family wrote, Kathleen Demlo Shunk was born March 1938 to Joseph and Gertrude Shunk. God, Gertrude. 1938, Gertrude must have been
It was the Emma
of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking Gertrude. Yeah. So she married Dennis Demlo in 1957, had 2 children, Gina and Jay. Okay. So we didn't pass down the Gertrude name. So when Gina and Jay. This is where things get a little sketchy for old Kathleen.
Went a little bit awry here.
Yeah, this is boy oh boy. I think of you and Chet. You know what I mean? Or me and G. And so in 1962, she got knocked up by her husband's brother Lyle.
Oh, Lyle.
Oh, Lyle. What are you doing, Lyle?
That son of a bitch.
Oh man. Fucking dipping his pen in the company ink, dude. What are you
Poking around
doing?
with your sister-in-law?
Did you
Man.
really think you were going to get away with that, Lyle? Really? And you can't pull out? At least be a man and pull out on time. Christ's sakes, dude. You've heard of pre-cum, right, Lyle? Got to get out of there early.
Bag up, bag up.
So Lyle, of course, knocks Kathleen up. And then she's off to California with Lyle. They're gone. So she abandons Gina and Jay, who were then raised by her parents, Mr. and Mrs. Shunk. Whew, it's a rough day. Gertrude Shunk.
Yeah.
Wow.
Ooh, Gertie Shunk.
Gertie Shunk. Man.
Gert.
I don't even think.
Gert.
I don't care how hot Gertie Shunk is. I don't think I could bang a Gertie Shunk. You know what I mean? I don't think I could. She could be a 10. I'd be like, dude.
Sounds dirty, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's just,
Dude,
bet
is it true?
Stinks. I bet it stinks.
Is it true, Jay, you hooked up with Gertie Shunk over the
No,
weekend?
dude, no way. I would
She's
never.
hot,
Ugh.
Jay, but I mean, Gertie Shunk, really?
Gertie Shunk.
Oof. She passed away in Springfield and will now face judgment. Nice. That's a nice closing statement. She will not be missed by Gina and Jay.
Judgment.
As if God's up there just going, dude, what's up with Lyle? What the fuck was that whole Lyle, California
Dennis.
thing?
I gave you Dennis and 2
Yeah.
beautiful kids.
Hello, Gina, Jay, remember them? No. Lyle and then California? What the fuck? The fuck? I know you got stuck with the whole Gertrude Shunk mom name and stuff, but still. So she will now face judgment. She will not be missed by Gina and Jay.
She will not be missed by Gina and Jay.
And they understand that this world is a better place without her.
Oh!
Ooh. Boom!
Wow.
I'm writing the same thing from one of my parents.
That is not how you want to go out, man. Think of that. You live this whole life.
Yeah.
All you got is your name, you know?
Yeah.
All you got is your reputation.
That's it.
Memories.
And usually people can just fake that. If you were just
Yeah.
a dick your whole life, somebody will go up there and go, all right, yeah. Hey, he was a good dude. We had some fun times together.
At the end of the day, she's my mom, and
Yeah,
I
thank
forgive
her.
her and
Yeah.
love her till the end.
A lot of forgiveness in our family, and, she brought me into this world. So I'm grateful for that.
Yeah. Cindy Masai, football rules.
Yeah, exactly. Spike it, and peace, I'm out. Bring on the RZA. I want to take that last line, though, just as not even mean it, but just she passed away, and I don't know the date yet. So let's just say this is my mom we're talking about. She passed away on this date and will now face judgment. She will not be missed by Mike, Greg, or Kristen, and they understand that this world is a better place without her.
Oh.
Boom! Boy, that'd be harsh, but he could write that and mean it, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hi, Mrs. Fady, by
Hi,
the way.
Miss Fady, yeah. Waving in
What?
the camera.
To who?
You're probably your mom.
No.
More your mom than your dad, right?
Way more mom than dad, yeah. He's actually had some nice heart-to-hearts with his old man lately.
Oh, is that right?
I have?
Yes.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, you're allowed to talk about work stuff with him, and
Oh, I
you guys
guess.
go to concerts and stuff. You've
Yeah,
told
I
me
mean, I
about a
don't know, we
couple
do stuff.
conversations.
I guess.
You guys have reconnected now that you're both, middle-aged men.
I mean, you're more of a peer now.
Oh, shit. Let's take a quick time out. Really quick time out. And then, have you heard about the secret Netflix page?
No.
Son of a bitch.
What?
Really?
Gentlemen, there's more TV and movies available to us.
No shit. It's like a secret menu or something
Yes.
at Panera? Wow.
Yes.
Crazy.
I'll get into it, and I'll send each of you home with the codes necessary to get into whatever. There's a category for soccer, Jay.
Holy shit.
Uh-huh. So we'll get into that and more next.
Detroit Cast continues after this short break. Cast continues now, bitches. Here are Mike and Jay.
Alrighty. Welcome back to the Detroitcast. Mike and Jay. Yes, Easus is still here too.
You don't have to do that. This is a podcast. This just kind of rolled like right from when we broke to people know we're here. Yeah. We're
I know,
here.
it's just kind of a, gotta say something.
We're here. Hey, celebrate Mike's triumphant return from the brink of death. Zott Ford will pay a minimum of $2,500 for any trade-in, regardless if it runs, has tires, or even a nest of squirrels living under the hood. Go ahead and drag that jalopy, push that pile of shit, or pull that pile to Zott Ford and get $2,500 when you purchase your next new Ford. Plus, you can use that $2,500 as down payment on your purchase or lease, only from your friends at dealsinthed.com.
Would they not take it if I pushed it all the way from my house? If I pushed it into the...
They will take it.
They'll take. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
as stated.
Pushed or pulled?
Push that piece of shit or pull that pile.
Nice.
You can push or pull. Yep.
Sweet.
Is
I'm
that the
gonna
first
start going
time-
on Friday. Maybe I'll be there by Sunday. Oh, they will be closed Sunday. Damn.
Is that the first time pile of shit has been mentioned in an actual commercial read on a media outlet?
It's got to be closed.
Push that piece of shit or
Yeah.
pull that pile to Zott Ford.
Yeah.
So technically pile of shit is not, but piece of shit was.
Yeah. I don't think
I could revise it if you want.
No. I like it. I'm trying to think if I've ever been watching TV and seen someone say, like, bring your pile of shit in for, $25.
Bring that POS right on in here, and we'll take care of you, my man.
Another
like it.
great aspect of podcasting.
Absolutely.
Right,
Jay, I got to tell you, man, I spent the last couple minutes when we were taking a quick time out there thinking about poor Gina and Jay. I just, like,
Mike? Their angst.
well, they took it out on poor mom and her obit, the story we were doing just before the break there. But I was thinking about, like, how horrifying that would be. Do you have any uncles that, like, on your was your dad have a brother or anything
Yeah.
like that? Yeah. Like, my dad's an only child, so I didn't have to worry about my mom running off with, like, his brother or something like that. It was just taken off my plate. He was an only child, so it's just not a concern of mine. But boy, oh boy, that's got to be tough for families
Still a
to
million
worry
dicks
about.
to worry about, though, dude. I mean,
Yeah, but your uncle's dick? I think your uncle's dick is worse, right? Because lots of families get divorced. Lots of people run off with other people.
what do you claim an Uncle John did to my mom?
I don't think your Uncle John did a thing, but it's something that probably crossed your mind once or twice growing up, like
Never.
as a possibility. I mean,
No.
it probably didn't cross Gina and Jay's mind either, but I'm thinking, I'm like, because people are going to go, hey, dude, by the way, what happened to your mom? She used to be at our soccer games all the time.
There were 5. In 1957, she had 2 children, Gina and Jay, twins apparently. In 1962, she became pregnant by her husband's brother Lyle and
Yeah.
moved to California.
Yeah. So then when you're in, like, 3rd grade, people are like, where's your mom? She used to bring cupcakes every Friday. What happened? And you're like, oh, shit.
It's really not that shocking to me. When people cheat, think about when you hear about stories
Yeah,
of
but
people
when
cheating,
your
where do they
uncle-
come? No, but it's not. That's where, when you hear about people cheating, it's at the work, a friend, or some family member. All of a sudden, the one...
Really?
Yes,
Did you guys
the
hear about family members a
I
lot? Really?
absolutely hear it, dude. Absolutely.
I guess I'm not shocked by it.
You hear about the,
I
the
think-
one... They're around all the time. The husband all of a sudden
Yeah.
maybe starts working a lot. And all of a sudden, for some
Depends
reason...
on the family, obviously. Some are closer than others. But no, I mean, if you've got a lot of extended family in there, I think he's right. Like, crimes happen the same. Murders, happen the
Sure,
same way. They always
sure.
look to people close to the murdered individual.
Right.
And probably if you look at adultery, you look at those that are closest. And
How,
it's
I
not-
hear
it's
stories
not
all
like
the time of girlfriend and boyfriends like, oh, my boyfriend's slept with my best friend. A lot of times that's when it tends to
Not
be.
a family
most-
member.
Most people are not
But it's
like
not-
Isis going on Craigslist to go
Yeah.
hook up,
But it's not a
Yeah.
family member, blood family member. It's just another dude, right?
How is Lyle not? I mean,
Wasn't it?
Lyle
husband-
is the husband's
brother? That's. I don't know. I was thinking, like, of embarrassing things to have to admit, and it's like that poor girl. Remember on her wedding,
Well, I
night
meant
before her
she's
wedding.
not
Hold on,
sleeping.
Eve,
Okay.
shut up. The chick the night before her wedding, when Dad got it on in the hot tub, heart attack, and then crushed the shit out of his wife.
Drown his
And
wife.
drown her, and it's like, hey, how you folks doing?
It's tough. It's
I mean,
tough.
what do you say to that? I just go, oh, it's tragic. My dad had a heart attack, and yeah, it killed my mom. I mean, it really did. It
There
just-
are things in life like that.
I mean, I don't know that I could go, yeah, my dad was trying to bang my mom, and he went down and then just drowned the shit out of her because he was huge.
Back to Lyle and Dennis, though. I think E's kind of right here. I think there's a lot of scandalous shit that goes on in family.
Really?
I'm not saying it's like super common, but dude, I'm not shocked by that.
So you don't look at Lyle as an outlier?
I'm not thinking Lyle's an outlier.
Dude, this blows my mind that both of you guys think
No,
that.
he is.
To me,
It's an outlier. It's not common, as he said, but I don't know, in my opinion.
I think when people cheat, though, if you're getting to the point where you're cheating, I think that this happens, man. And when I said blood, I meant non-blood. Like, she's not sleeping with her brother. She's just sleeping with another dude. He's not blood to her.
Okay, there are worse things she could do. I'll grant you that, E. You know, sleeping with her own brother would be worse. But sleeping with her husband's brother is right up there. I'm just going to throw it out there. Email at DetroitCast.com. If anybody out there listening has run into this scenario, I'd love to hear you. So you can do it anonymously.
I bet people have.
Yeah?
I bet they're going to have stories like, yeah, my cousin cheated on her husband with the guy's brother.
Wow.
I bet shit like that goes on, man.
Yeah,
People are fucking
probably.
animals.
Yeah.
Fucking animals.
And assholes.
Yeah.
We sure are. Netflix.
Yeah, tell me about
Sons
this.
of bitches, yeah. They've got a secret request page that lets users order shows and movies that are not in their library.
What?
Feature is hidden within their help section, meaning most users have never heard of it. Users can ask for any 3 movies or TV shows of their choice by filling out an online form. Now, there's no guarantee because you get into copyrights and some things that are already owned by Hulu or something.
Yeah, Netflix doesn't have access to everything.
To everything, yeah. They've got guidelines. Simply licensing issues will eliminate some things, but and they say if you've already submitted a request, we've got it. We're paying attention to all of them. It's not the only secret feature on the site either.
Tell me more, Mike.
All right. So, it was revealed there are secret codes that can be used to unlock dozens of hidden shows. To access
just
the
for
codes,
publicity, like why would a company do this? Just so that people like us talk about it when it gets announced?
Well, there was a comedian. The reason this came out now, and EU might know her name.
Somebody leaked it, right? It had to be leaked by the company, obviously, so that anybody knows about it. Otherwise, nobody knows about it unless you're an internal Netflix person. But you want people to know about it, don't you?
Yeah, but why do they do secret menus at, like you said, Panera?
Yeah, I don't know. I was about to ask you that.
Yeah, I don't know either. I have no idea.
Just so that there's this, it gets buzz.
Well, this one
started.
started.
Then Gab can take a picture of her crazy salad that she got at Panera and go, "Oh, this is off the secret menu."
Yeah. Is it Panera that's most famous for that?
I know
because there's one that's really famous for that. Starbucks might have a secret
maybe
menu
Starbucks.
too.
Yeah.
Do you know the name Chelsea Peretti?
No.
Comic. She's not bad. E, I'm sorry, you would probably know her E at least if you do a picture of her. J, maybe not. So there's a kid like in the Philippines. It's like, hey, I want to watch Chelsea Peretti's new stand-up special. Why isn't it on Netflix? And someone responded about this secret, blah blah blah, and like, oh, everybody knows about that. And Chelsea's like, no, I don't think anybody knows about that. So that's kind of where this popped out. So anyway,
So I bet you somebody connected with Netflix who leaked that then, who saw that post and was like, all right, let's leak this.
Could there be another reason? Like,
I don't know. Why would you keep that function secret, except to let it leak out and get buzz? Right?
Yeah.
That's the value in it.
I'm trying to think if there's another because they wouldn't be worried about space,
Dude,
like server.
They want to
space.
make money. How do they make money? They have a little secret thing, and then it gets leaked out. And people
But what
talk
if
about
all these other shows suck balls, and it's like, well, we have them, but if you want to secretly find them, go ahead. But we're not letting them clog up the screen. So anyway, if you want to access the secret codes, simply put the code at the end of www.netflix.com/browse/genre GENRE / and then you enter this code, and they've got Asian action movies, spy action and adventure, adult anime, anime sci-fi, biographical documentaries. I might be interested in that. Baseball movies, classic comedies. Anything jumping out at you so far?
Sure.
Yeah.
Classic comedies, documentaries,
Classic westerns.
anime.
Anyone for classic?
Adult anime, Jay.
Right.
Classic war movies, romantic comedies, rom-coms.
Nice.
I don't know if you heard our extra content the other day, Jay,
No, I didn't.
but
Did he make some disclosures, some
I
troubling
think I've already
disclosures?
said that before. I don't think I said anything.
He's made some very troubling disclosures and extra
well,
content.
he's now into he's done rom-coms for so long that he's basically seen them all, and so now he has moved
Notting
on
Hill, E? Have you seen Notting Hill?
Some of them I don't like. Like, there's ones I don't like. They have to be more full-on romantic comedy. There's ones that are like
Just comedies.
You know why?
No, they're just romantic. There's ones that are just I don't like the
He
fucking
wants
Notebook.
to cry.
No, but I don't like the Notebook.
Oh no, this story gets way better, Jay.
I don't like the Notebook, but I like I'm trying to think, like The Wedding Singer with Adam Sandler, where it's a mix of romance and comedy.
50 First Dates.
Yeah,
Love 50
I didn't love
God,
it, but
I don't think of those as romantic. But anyway, go ahead.
So E likes to live vicariously through the characters on screen because he's never had a romance with a human before. And so he admitted that he lives vicariously through the Julia Roberts character and whatever her love interest is.
Is it always the female character? The female
no,
lead?
it's not always the female.
Funny you say that, Jay, because he's gotten onto independent romantic comedies, and he said, there's just not much out there for the gays. And so he's been watching gay rom-coms.
No, that's not what I
and
said.
he has to bail like halfway through because like the two dudes start making out, and he's like, oh man.
Close to home.
And it hits, yeah, maybe that's it. It hits too close to home. But dude, he's searching out.
It's not what it is.
Well, where did I go wrong?
explained it to you. I explained that it was because, like porn, and when I say I don't like lesbian porn because I want to.
He does not like the
I
female
want the
genitalia.
no, but I want
He needs a cock.
I want the visual of what's happening because that's what I
He's
want to
doing
imagine.
he's
What
doing the
I'm
international sign of intercourse.
I want
now.
to imagine.
Panus
I'm trying to
and
pretend that this is
vagine.
me. So I'm not gay. So I don't like two gay dudes in a romantic comedy isn't as interesting to me as a guy and a girl because I'm trying to live through these films because I
So-
haven't had that in my life. So, like,
in porn, one thick, juicy cock is good, but two of them is bad.
yes.
Okay. Gotcha. So why do you bail on the gay rom-coms again then?
I just said it
How
because
did
I
I
don't.
just
said it?
I literally just said it because I
can't
don't
identify
I
with
don't
it.
identify with that. I identify
Okay.
as being a straight man.
B horror movies, cult comedies, and then they've got niche categories as well. Feel good
Niche.
education. Is it niche? It's niche. It's niche, isn't it?
Niche.
Niche, man.
Depends on what scenario you're in.
Documentaries
Yeah.
is what I'm in.
Good.
Niche categories. Feel good education and guidance, starring the Muppets. Ugh, pass. Suspenseful time travel movies, right up your alley, Jay.
Do they have time bandits?
I don't know.
Mother, father, don't touch it. It's evil.
Anybody who saw Time Bandits will know that line.
Slasher movies, they got a lot of zombie and horror things. British movies, French. Tearjerkers. E, you could go for some good tearjerkers, right?
I've been
Try
known
it
to
out.
cry.
It's a
Try it out,
category.
buddy.
Category code 6384 for tearjerkers. E.
There's some shit here I'm gonna look into. No question.
Soccer movies, Jay, and I know before you even
Victory.
ask. 125.
Is Victory on there?
12549.
12549.
I think it's just Ladybugs that's on there. I'm pretty
Ladybugs.
sure.
And with the Will Ferrell
Oh
Is that
yeah,
Rodney
kicking and
Dangerfield?
screaming.
kicking and screaming. Yeah.
What's the one where the guy dressed up as a girl and was on the team and then started dominating and then came out?
That might
like-
be Ladybugs, honestly.
Is that?
Might be.
And then they had to play the championship game without the dude that kicked ass, and they still won. That's Dangerfield, right?
You've seen Victory, right?
What is Victory?
Sly Stallone. It takes place at World War II era,
Okay.
and he's an American who is in a prison camp, German prison camp, and the prisoners get together and they figure out that if we form a team of all these Europeans, just that are thrown in there, and Danish guys, etc., just a ragtag bunch of guys who play soccer to kill time essentially
Sure.
at a prison camp. If we form a team, we can actually play the German national team. They arranged for this.
Is this based on anything at all, or is this totally made up?
Sure, it's totally made up. It's absurd. They end up playing the German national team, and the idea is, and it's arranged through Stallone, who's an American. It's arranged through him that they will escape at halftime. So when they go to the locker room at halftime,
Oh, they're gonna
they've got
bail.
guys who have tunneled up,
Nice.
and they're going to go through this tunnel in the sewer and get out. And
Is
they get
Stallone a goalie?
Yes, he's a
okay.
goalie.
Okay, I think you've mentioned this
Spoiler
before.
alert here. They get to halftime, and everybody looks at him and goes, "Dude, we can win this. We can fucking win this game.
We don't need our freedom.
So they end up playing. They win the fucking game.
Yeah.
And then the crowd comes down and
Crashes the
charges
field?
the court. Yeah. And the field, and they just become a big conglomerate of people, and they just shepherd these people out, all the players. So they
Really?
escape that way. Yeah.
Oh wow, as if that would. That's an absurd story.
It's an absurdly slow movie. Like the soccer moments are what obviously
Yeah.
attracted me as a kid, but it's
Yeah.
it's slow and it's
And of course, you had to put Stallone in net. Could you imagine trying to make Stallone look like he's dribbling the ball,
Dude,
down the pitch?
That's part of the plot, though. Is he's such a a goon, even
Yeah.
in net. You know, they're like, dude, you have no
Does he
idea.
suck?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
sucks at first, and
Yeah.
they just put him in there because he has to be part of the team.
What a premise! I almost want to watch it just to see how bad it is.
Saves a key PK.
So I'll look up
Pele's
soccer
in it, dude.
movies.
Pele's in it.
Seriously, he makes
Yeah.
a little guest appearance, or is he in prison?
He's in the prison.
Wow, what did he do? Do you know? Did he kill someone? Or
No, but he makes a sweet bike too. So, man, I am spoiling this whole movie.
don't give. He makes a bicycle
Yes.
kick. Wow. Steamy satires. What are steamy satires? Is that what I think it is?
Steamy satire.
Because that seems like I see steamy, and I'm thinking, oh yeah,
Yeah, what would be an example? What are you thinking? Like,
Skinamax.
oh,
Softcore
satire?
porn? Is that what you're kind of saying?
Yeah, like
Yeah, wouldn't that
soft-
say like softcore adults or something? That
I don't know. Bing
Satire?
steamy satire. What's satire? Satire is
I don't know what
satirical,
satirical.
satirical
yeah.
in nature.
Yes.
I don't
Yeah.
know what these movies are, but
Yeah, I had steamy crime movies.
Steamy dramas. Yeah, maybe you're right, dude. Maybe it is.
I mean,
I mean, is there
I think
penetration?
I don't
I need
There
penetration.
definitely won't be penetration.
And then my favorite category, I'll give you the number right now. It's easy to remember, 4141, and that is understated African American movies. I don't know what
The
that
ebony
means.
section.
Yes, small section, but very, very necessary.
Sweet.
Understated African American movie.
Understated.
Yeah.
So it can't be like Juice or anything like that.
Hell no.
Yeah, that's
not gonna
not
find
understated.
roots in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boys in the Hood. Nothing understated about that shit.
It's gonna be a lot of part 3s and part 4s probably in there. You know what I mean?
Likely.
Yeah.
Hey, Hamlin Pubs, they're inviting you to their 5 Metro Detroit locations. Come enjoy Hamlin Pubs' great food, their drinks, and their atmosphere. Whether you're watching the game with your buddies, out for a meal with the family, or out for an evening with your girl even, it's a great time at their Rochester, Clarkston, Chesterfield, and 2 Shelby Township locations.
So, Jay, you raised weird pets when you were growing up. You had bun buns.
And a couple
and-
anals.
You didn't have. You were not a dog cat family. Let's
We
just-
had a cat. Yeah, we had a cat.
Oh
No-
yeah,
no
that's
dog.
right. You had cats. That's true. But you never had a butterfly, did you? Or a caterpillar?
You know what, man? This story reminded me of my ladybug, which I think I've talked about. I don't want to bore you. if
Wait,
I've
you had a
already
ladybug?
pet ladybug for a weekend.
what?
Look, listen.
A
Dude,
ladybug? How do you?
He talks about peeling the onion on you.
Just tell the
even-
story, all right? Tell the
No,
story.
no, no. I
Maybe
want
I'll
to
get
hear
into
more
my
about your ladybug,
All right, man.
friend.
We used to go camping a lot when I was a kid.
Okay.
And I don't know where we were, but you know, I came across this ladybug crawling
Gross.
on me or whatever. And yeah, that'd be
Sorry.
pretty devastating to the bug, honestly.
Fuck yes, it would.
Come across a bug.
Yeah.
I mean, thing digs out of that and becomes my friend. No, so
He's glued to the pavement.
to this day, if there's a ladybug, I'll let it crawl on my finger and I'll be like, "Hey, ladybug,
Yeah, look at
whatever."
that poops.
You know, it's not a bug that freaks you out. They're kind of cool, lady bird beetles, right?
Yeah. You don't step on him. If you
As
see
long
him.
as they're not belly button eaters.
Sure.
But I let the thing crawl on me, and it just stays on my hand for like hours. So we're sitting around all day. The campfire comes. It's still on my hand. It's totally alive. It's not like the thing died on my hand or something.
Did you feed it?
I didn't know what to feed it. So, dude, I go to sleep, and I put the ladybug like on my bag next to my sleeping bag, and I wake up. There it is. I put it on my hand again. So for like 2-3 days, I got this ladybug
Hell
just
yeah.
hanging on me. So I'm like, all right, I'm taking this ladybug home. So we get in the car and we go home, and we stop for ice cream on the way. And you have to cross just like a subdivision street to get to the ice cream place.
Sure.
And we stop because we see this car like at the end of the street coming quick.
Was it
So-
the actual owner of the ladybug coming
Bill,
after you?
no.
Okay. Sorry.
Good thought though. Wow, that would.
Could you imagine if that's what it was? Where is he? Where is he?
She.
Ladybug. Man bug. Where is she?
So Bill being a great dad. Well, hold on, kids.
Yeah.
We stop abruptly at the street and let this car go. Vroom, as it swings by,
Oh,
the
no.
ladybug for the first time launches off my hand right into the way of this car. Dude, I'm not shitting you. The car goes flying by. We go into the street to cross, and the fucking thing is crushed on the street. My ladybug
No
crushed by the tire
way.
of this car.
So you're in a car with windows.
And let me say this: not only was the ladybug crushed that day, Mike, a piece of my heart.
So you were crushed as well.
piece of my heart was crushed.
So you had window. I'm assuming your car had windows.
Mike,
you guys
we
were
weren't
in the car.
windows. No, we were walking across the
Oh, you
street
were just
to go
walking.
get ice cream.
Yeah. What didn't you think, dude?
For the first time,
this son
this son of a bitch launched. He
Was it a
flew.
gust? Was it a gust?
She took flight for the
Yeah.
first time in 3 days.
Yeah.
Right at the most
suicide run.
inopportune time.
Absolute suicide
was.
run. Yeah.
That's the
That's
only
terrible.
thing you can say about it.
That's
It had to be.
heartbreaking. I didn't know that about you. I didn't know that. You know, that's why you treat death the way you do, you know, as nonchalantly as you do, because you've been
Treated
through it
nonchalantly.
so much. I
Suffered
mean,
great loss in my life.
dude, did the family care when it was squished on the ground like as much as you did?
No, fuck no. Not as much.
Weed was like, fuck you.
Yeah, I definitely remember Chet and Weed just like hitting ice cream, and
Yeah, could blame kids, ice cream.
I honestly, I don't remember anyone really giving a shit, nor should they. It's a fucking ladybug.
Yeah. Speaking of coming, do you have
I
this
thought we were going to talk about bugs, but
Yeah, we are. We're going to get there, but I forgot. I privately put this on my Facebook because I wanted to remember it to show you because there's 2 parts, right, E?
I don't know. This is I haven't. It's hard to find things like that you had. You should have sent it to me.
come
in a message
on,
or
man,
something.
really?
Yeah.
We got to watch this.
So this guy's like, I keep coming out to my motorcycle, and there's some weird fucking substance on the tires every day. And so finally they catch this pig. Go ahead, E.
The pig is humping his back tire. Oh my god.
Look at that pig dong. You see what's going on there, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do.
We've seen this with turtles before. Look at that on the ground, dude.
Oh my god,
It's a hell of a load. It is.
that's impressive.
You're not impressed with that?
It's so disgusting. But
I mean, dude,
that- yeah, animals, man. Shit.
I've never fired one like that. Never. All right, back to the. You didn't own a caterpillar. So, anyways, you got a family in New Jersey, and they get this caterpillar. Is it caterpillar or caterpillar?
Caterpillar.
Yeah. It sounds weird saying caterpillar, but whatever. So they raise this caterpillar from birth. They have this thing, and
Through the pupae stage?
yes. And I don't know if people are familiar with that, but they cocoon and then they open like a flower and they turn into butterflies. That's where we get butterflies from. And so they've got this butterfly and they've got a little net and it's like time to release
Do you think
the
there's
butterfly.
anyone
into
who
the wild.
doesn't know that? Honestly,
No, of course
that's,
not.
like that's one of the handful of things you take out of elementary school.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
the
true.
amazing cocoon.
But
and the
we've got new listeners.
metamorphosis.
What if some of them are total tards?
Okay,
Just trying. I'm
Fair
looking out
enough.
for them. You know what
Fair
I mean?
enough.
And so anyway, the family is like, okay, Jesus, go ahead really quick.
Caterpillar. Caterpillar.
What about in the UK?
Caterpillar.
Caterpillar.
Caterpillar. That's what it is. It's a caterpillar. I like that better.
You know, there's 4 stages of life:
There
egg,
are?
larva, pupa, and adult.
Really?
Yeah.
For the caterpillar?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyways, they got to the last stage where it's like got its wings, and so mom takes the kids outside. They're all excited, and they're going to release the butterfly into the wild that they've raised for quite a while now.
It's a glorious moment.
Yeah. 3 seconds of glorious flight.
Not even.
Here we go. Oh, look at our butterfly. Oh,
The family dog was in attendance, and he went ahead and gulped that butterfly down within a second and a half.
oh, look at the butterfly, everybody.
This thing went from net to stick to flight to dog mouth.
Yes. Poop. No poops. No poops.
That is
These
wow.
Half a second?
half a second. He's like, what's that? Oh, yeah. Every other time they throw something to him, he's supposed to catch it, right? Ball,
I
frisbee.
can't get over it, man. I can't get over it.
Poops, that poops.
Oh, poops. Good
The
catch, poops.
circle of life.
Oh, man, that caterpillar was like, finally, I'm getting out of this net. Things are going to be great.
Circle of life, baby.
And then he just walked into a murder. He walked himself right into a murder
That canine ingested that energy, and
And
he's
he-
better off for it.
in front of horrified children. Horrified. Who can be heard crying and screaming in shock.
That's awesome, man.
I was going to ask you, Jay, is there a teachable moment in that?
Circle of life, baby.
Yeah, I mean, if Sweet Pie's like, oh my God, poor caterpillar.
I think you bring out the Elton John and you just sing the whole thing, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Which
the circle of life. Na, 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 na.
That's the only lyric you know, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can picture the Lion King being held in
Yeah.
glorious fashion.
See, I didn't watch that. Probably should. But yeah,
I think I had the Lion King soundtrack.
I'm sure you did.
Yeah,
Yes, I'm
back
sure
then.
you
doesn't
did.
shock
Wore it
anyone
out.
listening. Even new listeners figured that out by now.
Actually, I think it was a DVD back when they had, or not, CD-ROM, I mean. Remember those things? Like
CD-ROM?
Or like, never mind.
You had a CD-ROM of the Lion? Oh, okay.
It was like a video. It was like a computer game / like
a floppy disk.
No, it was a disc, but it was like one of those very early days
made the
of
floppy
having
motion, which made me think it was a floppy disk.
No,
you're too young for a floppy disk, Jesus.
Yeah, you are.
I've used them in my life.
Have
actually,
you?
believe it or not.
Microfiche, Jesus?
No, never
There's
microfiche.
no microfiche shit.
Never used a microfiche.
Do you know what a microfiche is?
Yes.
How do you know if you've never used it?
I've seen it and stuff, but no, I have
Honestly,
used
is it the
floppy
worst
disk.
solution to mass storage? I mean, back in the day, before
What else
we
were they
had
gonna
computer
do?
database. Honestly, dude.
Yeah.
You know, they put a ton of information on those goddamn microfiches.
They sure did. Yeah, I'm trying to think what they went to before
I
computers.
don't begrudge Mr. Fish.
I don't
coming
either.
Up with what he did.
Look, he did the best he could with what he was working with. He didn't have computers. Didn't they go to a spinny thing after that? Because I remember the days of going to the library and you pull out
Yeah.
a drawer. That's what Mr. Fish envisioned.
Totally.
When he built it.
The
but
Dewey
did they-
Decimal symbol.
Mr. Fish and Mr. Decimal got together and stored the fiche. But
Yeah.
dude, the fiche that you're referring to went onto sort of an overhead projector
Yeah,
type
and you could-
thing. Well, and you look through it like a microscope, kind of.
Yeah.
And then you move the thing. Yeah, there you go. You move the thing around, and dude, if you like whipped it just a half an inch, you're in some,
Yeah,
you're-
you go by 3 years.
for sure.
Because that's what, like, if you're looking up an old newspaper article, that's how
Yes.
they stored a lot of that
It's
shit.
incredible.
Yeah. Boy, oh boy.
Ah,
Good on Mr. Fish. He knew things had to be organized. You know, he just didn't have the proper tools yet.
Nope.
You know what I mean? You
Didn't
don't
have the
blame
con-
Alexander Graham Bell, for not inventing the cell phone.
yeah.
You know, it's not Al's fault.
He moved it forward.
He did. He got the ball rolling. We built a better mousetrap. Sorry, but you're still a great man. I love Mr. Fish. We all like sausages. We've had the privilege, Jay, of working with
Kowalski quality.
Kowalski quality.
We've seen these sausages being made.
Fantastic. Absolutely
It's
fantastic.
amazing. That
Yeah.
plant tour was one of my favorites. It's right there as a 1 and 1A, My
Yeah.
Pillow and Kowalski. Tremendous opportunity we had to go through that old building in Hamtramck and see what was being
Yeah.
done in a very it was very clean.
I was just going to say, I was shocked at how clean
Yeah.
a meat plant can be.
Well, what was cool? Well, it has to be because of government
Right,
standards,
right.
But what was cool was just the oldness of the building and the surroundings around you. But then there's like this 21st century cleanliness going on.
Yeah.
Next to those old tiles and
Yeah.
stuff. It was.
And the people there, they're dressed the right way with the gloves and the things and the beard.
That's where we adopted our standards, our
Of
safety
course.
standards and health standards. We had the beard masks and so forth.
We wore them in here one day. Felt it was necessary. We all had a little stubble going, and we wore them in here. It was great. Everyone left healthy. But I don't want to confuse the fine folks at Kowalski Quality, because Quality is their brand.
With a K.
Yeah, it's right.
But I don't know what's going on over here at Johnsonville.
Yeah, I would expect more from the Johnsonville family. I really would.
Given the breadth of their brand.
Yeah, Johnsonville's a pretty big brand.
I think so. I think it's
Yeah,
nationwide,
definitely.
right?
I mean, obviously, no one listening to this show would ever eat one of those
No.
fucking things, but
Better not.
yeah, hell no. Not when we find out about it. Yeah, you won't be able. You'll be on suspension from even listening to our
Listen,
show.
if you're
again.
at the deli counter buying olive loaf and you don't buy the goddamn Kowalski
Yeah.
quality olive loaf and
You're
you
an
instead
asshole.
go Johnsonville, you are a total
a
asshole.
dick, and don't even get me started on ballpark.
Ugh.
Don't even get me started. on
If I
Listen,
find out where they
assholes.
live, I'll drive to their house and unsubscribe them for a week.
Thank
they
you,
won't even get
Jesus.
the show. I don't care.
It's a great idea. Great idea. Well, if you are one of those Johnsonville guys and you want to stick with them, by all means.
Go ahead.
Their Wisconsin plant. I imagine a lot of work goes on there, but then they're shipped all over. And Wisconsin's not that far. You were in Wisconsin. Remember when you had to make that 800-mile?
Coming home from Houghton, Michigan.
Sure.
Yeah, the logical way way to get home from the up north.
Wouldn't want to go through Michigan to get back to Michigan.
Hell no. Why? When you can go through Wisconsin and spend an extra 6 hours in the car.
Right, drive
Why
through.
wouldn't you do that?
Past one of the biggest freaking traffic areas in the Midwest, Chicago. After that,
Hey, just be happy. You got Kadog's now wife a bicycle.
Right.
So it's definitely worth it. Anyway, there's a guy facing prison time and some pretty hefty fines after he was caught placing foreign objects into sausage links during his shift.
oh my god.
Do we have any idea? Because
you
foreign object is literally anything.
Well, what would be the worst foreign object?
Oh
like
God, it's got to be
'Cause
bodily fluid. You know,
does that
it's
Are
count
we
as
going
a
razor blades though? I mean, back
Dude,
in the-
I'd
rather have a
would
razor-
rather have a razor blade than know that somebody put like a
Come on.
testicle in there or something. You know,
a testicle?
I don't know.
Like, just come, okay? You
Yeah,
don't need to pull testicles off. That's going above and beyond. But if I knew some guy like bore a hole in one of those sausages and busted a nut in it and then
That
closed
would
it off,
just be,
dude.
God, is worst fear? Top 10 worst fears?
Sure,
Shit.
I don't know why, but I'm thinking foreign object. I'm thinking toenail.
Yeah,
Would
stuff like
suck
that.
too,
Yeah.
dude. You know-
Pubes.
Oh, I didn't even think about pubes. Yeah. Dude, I would say that if you're going to work at one of those plants, it should be a requirement that you're shorn nipples to knees.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like if I open a plant, Walter's Quality Meats,
Can't risk it, man.
can't risk it. I mean, there are going to be pube checks on everybody in the place. Like it's like a drug lord doing the coke things, and you'd see the pictures of the absolutely butt naked women doing it. It's like
Yeah.
they don't want you sneaking a little packet of blow out the door with you,
Right.
or weed or whatever. So that's how my plant would work. Everybody's nude, and you're not putting pubes in my meat.
Yeah, there's some pretty devious shit people can do, and this is right up there, man. You know, this is right up there with like the hackers who sit in basements and go, "I'm gonna fuck that guy up bad," you know, or steal their identity or some shit. I mean,
Yeah.
this is really like, man, there's some victimless crimes, and then there's some full-on victim shit that people do behind the scenes, and this is full-on victim.
Well, I don't know what John Lane's end game is, because what he was doing, he put like cigarette wrapper, like he would take cigarette papers and stuff it into a sausage. And that he did that, and then he had a wire connector. I don't know what that could mean, a million things, but a wire connector. He put in another one, but then he would go to management and be like, "Look what I found in the sausage."
Oh,
Look what I found. Like,
wow,
that's a
this
good
is
move,
the,
dude.
yeah,
That's a good move.
This is the hero thing, right?
yeah, is it
Kind of the
You
Munchausen
do
by
it,
proxy
and then you
kind of
freaking
thing.
There
walk
you go,
around and
yes.
start.
It's Munchausen by proxy applied to his sausages.
It's a great by proxy. It's a
It's
great
my
one.
favorite by proxy.
Yeah, I mean
You have
Munchausen
to pick one.
syndrome. I mean, as far as syndromes go,
It's a great.
I mean, wow, that's a big one. So he's doing that, but what I don't know is he doing that and showing them like, look, I found this in it, I found this in it, and then there's 5,000 other sausages that went out from the Johnsonville factory that had other shit he
Right.
put in there
Good
that we're
point.
not aware of. Can't take the risk, folks. If you see it on your counters at the grocery store, just know there might be wires in there. Could be pubes. I don't think they have the same pube policy that my plant would have. Shorn nipples to knees. Or maybe you're going to get some cigarette wrappers in there. If you fancy that, by all means, Johnsonville is your sausage of choice.
Otherwise, maybe we recommend to you Kowalski quality.
Yeah, absolutely. So is this just a guy looking for attention, you think, or he wants to be a hero?
No, I think that's it right there. I think like E-Express right off the bat. Good move. Good
Yeah.
move, man. That's how you climb up the ranks. I mean,
Yeah.
that's beautiful.
It's like
beautifully done.
Unfortunately for John,
As long as he didn't let shit fly out the door. Like if he did like one or two of them, as smarmy and deviant as that is,
Yeah.
at least if he didn't let others go out the door, and just took them to management. Oh, this is crazy! I found these.
not a risk I'm willing to take. Not a risk. I've seen the Johnsonville brand in the stores.
Oh, dude, I'm not touching.
Not a
them.
risk. I'm not
touching
taking that risk. Anyway, unfortunately for John, he was not aware that cameras exist, which is really what tripped him up because they went, "Oh wow, let's go back."
Seems
to
really odd. I know this seems like we're in 2018. It shocks me that people at some of these places don't think there's cameras.
Isn't it the first thing you do when you walk into a building? Almost like I always look around and just like, where are the cameras?
No.
No, that
just
is
in
not
case
even
I
close to the
fucking
first
weird.
thing I
In case
do.
I feel like jacking off in here, am I going to get in trouble? What are we dealing with? All right.
No.
No, honestly, it's not the first thing. But dude, if I was at work, I would fucking know where the cameras are in
Oh,
the
yeah.
office.
I would
For sure.
assume they're everywhere. I wouldn't even bother looking or trying to think I know where they are. I just
Yeah.
assume there's some that I don't know about.
But if you were going to put pubes in food or wires in food or cigarette papers, wouldn't you just take a glance up and go, all right, before I do this and rip a handful of pubes out, what is that thing in the corner there? Like, you would just look for something, I would think. You wouldn't be so fucking dumb.
Maybe he did and they were hidden.
Yeah, maybe. Well, anyway.
Down goes John.
Yeah.
Dude, once I forgot about this when I was working in Holland.
Oh, what'd you do?
No, when I was working in
You monster.
when I was working in Holland.
By the way, he could face, sorry, Ian, not to cut you off.
Yeah.
He could face 10 years. He's looking at 2 counts. 10 years for each count and $250,000 in fines for each count.
Again, nice deterrent society.
Yeah.
I like it.
I like that, but I don't think John doesn't even have a job anymore. How the hell is he going to pay that? And you know what they pay in prison? Like 7 cents an hour.
It's true.
So, good luck. Sorry, E. Didn't mean to cut you off.
I'd forgotten about this, but when I was in Holland working at the radio job, I also worked several other jobs. And so at one point, I was working at the radio station, the restaurant, and a gas station overnights. And dude, it got to a point where one of these nights, I was so freaking tired, and I'm the only one there, and I'm like so tired, and I was trying to contemplate, like, is there a place I could lay down for 5 minutes but there's like cameras at the gas station, and I concluded that the only place I could have done it would have been like the cooler, and it was just. And I didn't do it in the end because it was I know.
Nap.
I know, and I didn't in the end.
Lazy man freezes to death after taking nap in freezer.
And I did not in the end because of that. Like, I just was like, dude, that's not going to be good. But I remember trying to look around and be like, is there a place where I could just sit down and even not fall asleep, but just sit down and not have to be, I don't know, standing here and like maybe rest my eyes a bit. Oh. And I couldn't, and I didn't in the end.
Those were the worst days. I remember those too. Driving to Lansing every morning to do a morning show, and my boss wanted me there at 4 to cover from 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. before the morning show started. And dude, I'm sure you've experienced this a billion times, Jay, where it's like you cannot keep your eyes open, and you're trying to drive down the road. It's just like, this isn't safe for anybody involved. Yeah. Slapping your face doesn't work. Music loud doesn't work. Like that exhausted. So I could have seen taking a nap in a cooler too. You know,
I just forgot about that. It was just like I never did. I didn't, but I remember this one night being tired enough that looking around thinking, "Wow, can I just lay down somewhere? Going to the bathroom maybe and just sit on the toilet or something." Yeah, that was cleaning bathrooms at the gas station at 3 a.m. is very fun. I should tell you, by the way.
Gas stations always have the cleanest bathrooms too. So
that was well, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. All right, Jay, do we have time for an email? Or
we do not. We are
out
of time.
Sorry.
Save the rest for tomorrow.
Yeah. Send us your emails, though. We do read them, and we will get to them eventually, I promise. Email at DetroitCast.com. You can hit Jay at DetroitCast.com, Eric at DetroitCast.com, Walters at DetroitCast.com. We do look at all those as well. So have a great rest of the day, everybody. And thank you for joining us today. We will be back tomorrow. Well, hopefully you guys will all join us then.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit.